What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to Radnor Park. A lot of you guys have been asking me recently about my custom shape and where my board is that I'm creating with Santa Cruz, and today I got a little bit of an update for you guys. I received the first sample of my custom shape, just got it last week, and I was able to set it up today. So we're gonna be getting our first thoughts, initial thoughts on the new shape. So without further ado, here it is. I did do a couple tricks on it so far today. I wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to film this video or not, because when I got here, it was kind of crowded and I got stuck kind of talking to people and just skating a little flat ground, and then everybody left. So I was like, oh, I might as well try to film the video today. With the board, my initial thoughts on how it looks when I put it on my trucks and I look at it, it looks like everything I want in the board, but it does look a little bit narrow. It kind of reminds me of my taper tip shape, which isn't a bad thing. The whole reason I kind of wanted to do an 8.2 was because the taper tip 8-inch board, it actually makes the board feel smaller than it is. It makes it feel more like a 7.8, 7.9 instead of an actual 8. So with this being an 8.2, still having a little bit of a taper tip, it's not as tapered as my original 8-inch taper tips are, but it will actually make this board feel a little more true to an 8 with it being tapered. I mean, it is technically an 8.2 in the middle. With having those pointy nose and tail, it just kind of makes it flip faster, feels more like a smaller board, which I like. But coming from the Fabiana boards that I've been skating, the 8.25s, the nose of this board is a lot different. It's a little bit of a switch up for me. I got to get used to it a bit. It just feels shorter than the Fabi board. It feels like I just have a smaller nose, which I do, so that's fine. I just got to get a little bit used to it. But the specs on this board are a 14-inch wheelbase. We have a 6.7 nose and a 6.7 tail. So this is a twin board, same nose, same tail, which that comes out to be a total length of the board is 31.6. The only thing I'm gonna decide today, before I say like, yes, let's go ahead and make this shape my shape, is I don't know if I want it that pointy. And I don't know if it just feels pointy coming from the Fabiana board. Coming from my normal taper tip boards to my original twin tail 8.2 that came out, that was too long, which sparked this whole idea of doing this custom shape. This board is closer to that shape, which isn't as tapered as my original taper tip, but it is a lot different than the Fabiana nose. It's just gonna be some trial and error to see if I really want this in a board, if I like it or not, or if we should kind of widen it up a little bit. Let me know what you guys think in the comments too, like what kind of boards you would rather skate. Would you rather the tapered, the more pointy style board being an 8.2, or would you want that wide nose on it? I don't want too wide of a nose, so if you say wide nose, this is not gonna happen, but I can maybe go slightly wider than that, a little more rounded, I guess, if you would. So that's something we'll have to find out today. We'll see how my kickflips are flipping off of the nose. If I'm missing any flicks, that's a problem with taper tips. And then just see how it snaps, tray flips, spins, all that stuff. Being the 14-inch wheelbase, which I already know I love from the Fabi boards, and just getting used to that twin tail today. And we'll see if I need to make any changes to this board before we go ahead and start creating these things for you guys. And then also a little update on the trucks. I am still skating the inverted kingpins, but if you notice, I did swap back in my Ace bushings. It's about 2 days into skating the stock Thunder bushings that came in the inverted kingpins. They hardened up so much. They were not the same bushings, man. It was crazy. I know that when you set up new bushings and they're really loose, I know that they tighten up on their own, but this was crazy. The next day I stepped on my board, it felt like a different skateboard. So I did put back in my Ace bushings, which have been working just fine. Thanks to all you guys who tapped into that video on the inverted kingpins. Thunder hit me up. They were stoked that I made it. They're actually gonna send me an inverted kingpin with a titanium hanger. I know a lot of you guys in the comments were saying, just swap the hangers to the titanium ones, and that's what they're gonna make me. So I should have some of those coming in the mail soon, and I'll feature those in a video, but I'm probably just gonna stick with these for now. I'm pretty used to them. They feel good. They smith grind amazing, and so far it's been about a week or so, and I've had no issues with them. But yeah, let's start skating this thing. All right, and like I said, I did skate around a little bit. I did a couple nose slides, a couple tail slides. I did do a few kick flips on this thing already. My very first initial thoughts were that the nose is just like, the nose and the tail, to be honest, it feels very snappy, which I like. Definitely feels like it hits the ground a little quicker, but I'm not mad at it. Kind of feels good so far. Ooh. I love the way that the tray flips feel on it so far. It just whips around so quick right now. It feels great. Feels like it hits so fast. Just click, nose to the floor. I also have new shoes on today, so everything's gonna feel a little bit grippy. I almost missed my pop. So So it feels good, but again, I feel like the only thing that I need to get used to with this board is the nose. Like where I put my foot to nollie heel and nollie flip, it's like I used to with the fobby board, just have so much more space to kind of maneuver my foot here. And now I feel like that space is just toned down a little bit, you know what I mean? So it's just, I gotta really make sure my front foot is in the right spot. I think it's in the right spot, it just doesn't feel comfortable yet because I'm not used to it, like the way that it feels with the nose being smaller. Also, the 8.2 feels better than the 8.25, and I don't care what any of you guys were saying in the comments about 0.5 of whatever not mattering. It depends on the cut of the wood. It could be, you know, we're talking about a half or whatever. I feel it, dude. That shit matters. I just love the way that the board feels. Like it feels smaller than the 8.25. So you can say what you want. It might not affect you, but I can for sure tell the difference between the 8.2 and the 8.25. And that could also come down to shape, you know, like I was saying, the fobby boards had a wider nose, so maybe that's why they feel wider. It definitely, I feel something, you know, and I like the way that it feels so far. As long as I can get used to this nose, and we'll see how like flipping into some tricks go if I don't want to end up missing flicks and stuff like that. So I definitely got to go skate the box, because if I'm missing the nose off the kick flips, then I know we got to widen that nose a little bit. So far I'm hyped on it. Just depends how the ledge session goes. All right, the switch tray test. Love it, feeling good. Felt easy, which is what I want, you know? I don't want it to feel like extra or heavy or whatever. Like with the shape of this board, I feel like things just work easier. It's meant to be flipped around, you know what I'm saying? That's how this board feels. It feels like it's meant to be flipped around. So I'm down with that. Let's go skate the ledge or something. All right, again, another hot day where we're dealing with like wet ass melted wax box, but we'll see. I'm gonna start out with some nollie tricks, get like the feeling of this nose. Oh. Ah, damn, sticky. My foot placement when I nollie feels like I'm not sure if I'm in the right spot or not, but my timing doesn't feel off. I still feel like I have good timing. It's just an uncomfortable foot placement for some reason. Oh God, got that box set up too close. It like messed with my whole angle for that trick. I'll move this over a little bit. Should be better. Be enough space to kind of whip in the backside when you nollie backside when you nose grind. There we go. Dude, flipping into these things is terrifying right now, man. The wax is just liquid. Means you got to try to get into your trick every time, not bail it. The nollie heel frontside nose kind of been giving me trouble lately. At least at Middletown, although that ledge likes to just stick for no reason, so. Whoa. All right, the nollies feel pretty good. I'm not that worried about it. And I think I'll just get used to the feeling, because with it feeling weird, it's still working fine. I think it's just in my head a little bit because everything's chilling. So now I just got to do some kickflip in tricks because I want to make sure I'm not missing the nose, like missing that kickflip with the board being more narrow. I don't really do kickflip back 50s that much. Usually go straight to kickflip back nose grinds or even kickflip back 5-0. I feel like aiming for one truck or the other is easier than getting both trucks on at the same time. Like usually I'll get in like with not both my trucks on there, like somehow. Just gonna try to do another kickflip back nose grind just because the first one I did was kind of short, but it worked. Same with the crook. I didn't miss the flick. And I like wearing colored shoes because you can see exactly where you're flicking off if you have some like colorful shoes. Weird still. I'm going too slow. Damn it. The wind going back that way changes my speed. Wow, it's just really weird that with my foot where it's set up just doesn't feel right, and then the tricks are still working. And it's feeling good, man. Yeah, 3 in a row would have been pushing it. So far, all the standards are working without an issue. I'm gonna try the big spin back tail because, I mean, it should work fine, actually, now that I think about it. Me assuming that this will probably not be the one that works easy. It'll probably be a bitch. I'm trying to think of other stuff, the way to test this thing, because everything seems to be fine. I'm not missing flicks. Maybe test some switch heel stuff, switch heel 5.0s. Too much snap on that one. I need more spin. There we go. Ooh. Pop shove 5.0. Only time I've ever done that trick is by doing a big spin back tail, missing, and doing it by accident. No, I popped so early, I keep forgetting to pop like before, so I'm at my peak. Ah. No. Oh, it's so hot. Ah. Try to get a little bonus trick in there. Switch flips over stuff are way harder than into stuff. Like switch flipping into, well, maybe not into back smiths, right? Fuck. Tried that forever the other day. Switch flip back smith. But like switch flip back tail, switch flip back 50 feels better than switch flipping over something that's kind of tall. That shit took so much energy. Maybe it's also because it's like 1,000,000,000 degrees and I'm pulling a chain and I haven't eaten all day, so I should probably go eat some food. Try to get something else for you guys though. I know this video so far has been kind of like my bag of tricks. Nothing really surprising, but honestly, that's what I would have been doing to get used to this board, whether I'm doing this with you guys or just solo on my own. So I figured I might as well just do what I do, you know? I'm gonna get a sip of water because I'm dying, and then maybe get something else. Shout out Epic Water Filters. If you guys have not picked up one of my signature bottles here, go check them out. Link is in the description. I don't think you guys will be disappointed, especially during the summer. These things are clutch, dude. You get clean water anywhere. I can fill up in this gross looking sink right here, but I know that the water is gonna be clean. Always have fresh water on deck. All right, what should we do here? Maybe something I don't do well with it. Maybe I could try like a switch heel front crook or something. I don't remember the last time I did a switch heel front crook, so that seems like something I could do, I hope. Should we try to get a switch heel front crook, dude? I'd be hyped on that, honestly. I guess this will be a good switch heel test too. I thought about doing the switch heel back 5.0s earlier and then never ended up doing it, I forgot. So I guess we'll go straight to the harder one. Try to poke one out here and see how it feels. Maybe if I actually jump, might work. It's so much different when you actually try. I feel like I shouldn't have sat down and had that little conversation. I feel unwarmed up. I feel like if I do it, I'm gonna do a shorty. All right, right here. I'm putting this one in there. There we go. I really don't want this to be another switch flip back Smith debacle, so I'm gonna really try and just handle. You know, happens. It's one of those tricks that I gap out a lot. I think because it's like a front foot trick. I feel like I'm popping at a good spot, but by the time I get into the ledge, I'm like gapping so far. Gotta pop earlier. I mean, I'm happy I made contact with something, but like, I was not pinched. Bring my foot back on top of it, man. Oh, thought I was getting in there. Oh! Random switch heel back tail. We got it, and it was not a switch flip back Smith issue. I got it way quicker than that. Hell yeah. It was still a really short grind, but damn, me and these short grinds, dude, I gotta pop earlier on my ledge tricks. Like maybe I just have to be more comfortable with the ledge tricks That way I can be like popping in the beginning of the ledge, knowing that I'm getting in and everything, and then just more confident. You know, I'm not that confident in that trick because I haven't done it in a while. So therefore I think I was just being safe, popping like what I thought was the middle of the ledge, but it looks like I was popping at like the end. Whatever, we got one. Overall, I think it's a big improvement from my original taper tip shape. For those of you who thought that shape was too pointy, this one will probably be better. It should be better than that, because I was kind of feeling those vibes too towards the end of skating that thing. So getting your hands on one of these and skating this might be the way to go. It's, again, the specs, 8.2 wide, 31.6 long, 14-inch wheelbase, 6.7 tail, 6.7 nose, twin. Stoked to have this board in production soon with my graphics printed on it and hit some skate shops with this thing. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like and subscribe. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace, yo.